Mhm.
My topic for the exhibition is AI,
Mhm.
its risk and opportunities.
Okay. Yes.
So we were supposed to make six open-ended questions about our
Mhm.
topic,
Mhm. Okay.
and then we had to interview 3 to 5 people about them.
Okay. 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 So let's start with the questions. Huh?
Okay. The first question is, who is impacted because of AI?
Well, when it comes to AI, many people will be impacted. First one is workers. Okay, for example, people who work in automation, in industries, in factories, they are at a risk of being replaced. Their jobs will go away because of AI and because of automation. But mostly, I think people who will be impacted will be us, like normal consumers. For example, people who buy subscriptions to Netflix, who buy purchase from online stores. So consumers, these are the people who will be most affected because how we experience the internet, how we interact with everything, that is going to be affected by AI. People use algorithms, customer service, the customer service of different businesses, that would also be impacted because of AI, and as a result, we'll be impacted too. And of course, in the education sector, I think it's going to have a good impact for educators because they will no longer have to work with administrative tasks. They can spend more time on students. So, and of course, lastly, businesses, right? Businesses, people who run businesses, they will see the boons of AI. So it's really a good impact for them. But of course, like, yeah, workers, factory workers, industrial workers, they will feel somewhat of a negative impact.
Okay.
Mhm.
The second question is, what are the pluses and deltas of AI?
Well, the pluses of AI is that it's going to make things much more efficient, much more quicker. Whatever task we have, whatever problems we have, we can solve it very quickly using AI. So our productivity will increase, our efficiency will increase. But there are issues with AI as well. As I said, job jobs of certain people will be at risk. Um, Also, there are privacy issues related to it. We don't know. We don't have like regulations and laws regarding AI globally. So we don't know how exactly AI companies are using our data. So there is a privacy and ethical concern related to it. But I think there's more pluses than negatives regarding AI. And as long as we can push through some regulation, we control how our data is being used, we can make sure that our privacy is not compromised, then I think AI will be a good thing for us.
Okay. The third question is, why was AI
Mhm.
created?
AI was created because, well, firstly, because we wanted to solve, as human beings, we have many problems. We have many tasks that we need solving, that need to be done. Um, so while human beings are good at, problem solving, there is still an issue when you have many tasks, many problems, right? And because there's so few of us, I mean, few of us for a certain problem, right? And also because our processing power, our brain has limited processing power. We can only take so much data at a time. So we needed something that would be able to use so much of data, so much of these problems. These could be solved as efficiently as possible. For instance, we're very good at pattern recognition, or we're very good at solving puzzles. But when the puzzle is like huge, it's massive, it's kind of it will be very time consuming for us to solve it. So then what happens, the scientists at that time, they thought, okay, why not use the computer? Why not use computer algorithms, computer software to solve the problems for us so that we can spend our time doing something more productive, something that's more fun. And that's where AI was created. The idea was to mimic human intelligence using computers. And that's where the term AI came from.
Okay. The fourth question is, where is AI used in our daily life?
In our daily life, you know, you can see it in social media, right? Social media algorithms, for example, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, right? They have certain algorithms that curate the feed for us. So this is like, I think, the very big example of AI that we actually interact with, that we can actually see happening to us. Also, for example, YouTube or Netflix recommendations, they use AI to recommend us the video, a potential video that we would like, that we would enjoy based on our browsing history. Again, this is also something that we use daily, so we can see it happening before us. But for a long time, I think for about maybe you can say 10, 20 years, almost, we have been using AI in banks, in financial transactions, to make sure that there's no fraud happening. This is something that obviously we don't use it every day, but for those people who, you know, who do financial transactions on a daily basis, it's a good thing for them, because it happens, you know, it's happened on the back end of the software. They do fraud detection. So if something is amiss, then the banks are alerted and they can, you know, react to it accordingly. So this is also something that happens daily, I think. And of course, you use Alexa, you use Siri on our smartphones, right? You these virtual assistants that we have on our phones. This is also an example of AI if you're using it daily. And then I think most recently, ChatGPT, right? You can actually ask any question on ChatGPT, and it can give us any the answers that we need. So again, I think recently, I think in our daily lives, we've been using more and more AI. So I think, and that's going to increase in the coming future.
Okay. The fifth
Mhm.
question is, when did AI start becoming very important in our lives?
That's a very good question. It so recently in the recent 2 years, I think the word AI is being used very, very often in our media, and we hear it very often. Mostly, I think we can attribute it to ChatGPT, but AI, you know, as I said, like, you know, there are certain AIs that have been we have been using them since maybe at least 10 years. That has been happening since the 2010s, the 2011, 2012. That's around the time when, you know, our computers, they gained more processing power, our chips became stronger, they could handle more memory, our graphics cards, they were also very they could do more they can work with more heavy data. So because of that, what happened is that we were able to develop certain fields of AI, especially deep learning and national NLP, natural language processing. So these two subfields of AI, they started gaining momentum. And because of that, because of this momentum, people discovered, oh, I can do so much with deep learning. So, you know, all these algorithms that you see on Netflix, the recommendation thing, you know, how our algorithms on social media are curated, this is all because of NLP and you know, deep learning. And then of course we have we also started using, because of the, you know, the heavy processing power of our computers, we can now implement it on our computers and deploy it somewhere. So I would say, you know, 2010s, this is when AI started becoming very important. But again, I think mainstream popularity, you can say recently.
Okay. The
Mhm.
last question is, how is AI created?
How is AI created? Good question. So AI, artificial intelligence, usually you implement it using coding, using programming. And the way to do that is we use all these algorithms that computer scientists and mathematicians develop for us. So they developed these algorithms, really good algorithms, many, many decades back. But then at some points, people realize, oh, why don't we use them in programming to work with all this data that we have? Now, the second thing with AI is it needs data, right? So in order to create a good AI model, a good AI program, you need data. And data can come in all kinds of types. It can be a video, right? It can be an audio clip. So the thing is, we need to convert it into a format that the computer understands. And usually what that involves is turning it into numbers. So I don't know if you studied have you heard of matrices in
No.
mathematics? Not yet. Okay, you learn it like maybe in the future you learn about matrices and in linear algebra. And we use both of these things to work with the data so that we can make it ready for the AI model to, process it. So that's how AI is created. We use programming. Maybe we might use Python programming language, and we get all these really cool algorithms, and we work with all the data that we have. So that's how you can create an AI model.
Okay.
Hmm.
Thank you very much. This was a very
Thank you.
informative session and I learned a lot and I'm very grateful for you that you gave me your valuable time.
Thank you, Musa, for asking me such interesting questions. I really enjoyed it.
थोड़ा सा स्माइल भी करके दिखा दो स्माइल स्माइल करते हैं सॉरी मैडम थैंक यू वैसे फर्स्टली थैंक यू
Thank you.
एक्चुअली वाकई
No problem.
इंफॉर्मेटिव था मेरे लिए भी इंफॉर्मेटिव था और दूसरे नंबर पे एक ऑन अ पर्सनल नोट what is your company called? I mean, how do we see Miss Tania's CEO of हम क्या लिखें इसमें?
Actually, I'm Multronica Solutions is the name of my
Multronica, अच्छा
company.
अभी Multronica ही चल रहा है
Yes, Multronica Solutions, and I'm the technical director
Okay.
of Multronica, and also like instructor, robotics, AI, वगैरह.
चले
Yeah.
मैंने कहा कि ये वो मतलब in our video we'll have to write it down.
Yeah.
We interviewed
Yeah.
इस तरह से.
Yeah, technical director at Multronica Solutions.
चले
Yes.
ठीक है.
Yeah.
Thank you Miss Tania, thank you very much.
Thank
अभी
you.
आज और कल मतलब in a few days Rabia will go meet the teachers और वो उनसे डिस्कस करेगी जो हमने प्लान डिस्कस किया था एक्शन प्लान और फिर as soon as वो हमें कोई गाइडेंस देते हैं ना उस बारे में तो फिर विल गेट बैक टू यू और फिर हम कोई प्लानिंग करते हैं कि किस तरह विल अरेंज क्लासेस या व्हाटएवर जिस तरह हम वो कर सकें.
Sure.
ठीक है
सही.
ठीक है. थैंक यू मैडम. थैंक यू मूसा.
Thank you.
थैंक यू.
Thank you, Musa. Allah Hafiz.
अल्लाह हाफिज.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Bye bye.